Hello and welcome back. This is going to be Game 6, our final game today. My name is Holler. This is Jichuan. How are you today?
I'm fantastic.
It's
and
the last game, right?
tired.
Yeah, I'm just tiring. I mean, this is we've been casting obviously off and on. This is our 4th game. And we're going, we know exactly where things are now. If we're looking at the behind us, we can kind of see the standing. Asterisk at top with 3 wins and 0 losses. Frosty Fire, unfortunately, are 0 and 3. They're going to be in the lower bracket. Now, who's going to meet the upper bracket team and the lower bracket? We're going to find out in this game itself. We're going to see Pacific Pink, Bren Esports.Elite. Both of these teams are the Philippines. We've saw some amazing games by them already. Who do you like going into this?
Well, again, I think I will definitely root for Pacific Pink this time because I really enjoyed the game of Pacific Pink versus Asterisk. That game was by far my favorite for today. But then again, for today, I really want to see this game. This is more or less like, in a sense, it's more like the finals itself. Who goes up to the winners bracket, who goes down to the lower bracket. So for me personally, I really like how Pacific Pink has been playing throughout. Bren Esports is just started getting that momentum, just seen from the previous game.
Yeah.
So it could be really
So that's what you're saying. The doctor just ordered just a game against Frosty Fire, and that gets your confidence up again. Is that what it is? Unfortunately, that's kind of how it played out. Now, I'm not saying that they're out. Maybe they're saving strats. I'm talking Frosty Fire for tomorrow, where things really matter, and then we'll figure things out. You know, right? Because lower bracket isn't that big of a deal in terms of 3 or 4, right? You're going to play one best of one, and you're going to figure out who's going to move on. Now, it's more important of who's going to play in the upper bracket. Because if you're in the upper bracket, you're guaranteed at least 3rd place. 3rd place is going to give you $500. Just for the people back home, the breakdown is going to be $1,500 for 1st place. 2nd place is $750. 3rd place is $500. 4th place gets, I think, $250 something. We'll check on that. But you get some money, right? So the teams are out here. Obviously, they're having a great time in Singapore. We're in Bounty Arena, so please do come on by. This is going to be the last game. If not tomorrow, we're going to have more games coming at you at 11 a.m. Let me give a shout out to our sponsor, Dreamcore, Super Salad, Bounty Arena, Elgato, Yahoo TV, Overdrive, Aftershock, and of course your social media, Jichuan.
Yep.
Where can they find you?
You can always find me on Instagram, or if you like, you can always if you ever need help for offlane or anything, I do offer some help on my stream at Twitch. You can always find me there at Jichuan. Where can they find you?
Twitch.tv/Jichuan?
Yeah, just Jichuan.
Perfect. Okay. You can find me at Holler TV. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, all that. So please do give a follow and like. If you like what we have, if you have any opinions, obviously we're very opinionated. We'd like to give it to you. If you don't like it, please come and find Jichuan. If you do like it, please come and find me at Holler TV. Now, that said, we're in the draft now. We're going to see at least the first phase has kind of gone in. Let's kind of see what we're going at.
We got Legion Commander.
And, of course, the
We
Legion.
got it. Meredy.
So I think that she's been hearing the game and how much you've been amping up or pumping up the fact that LC is very powerful.
Thank you.
And Meredy is right? I think that you're right as well. The LC is very powerful. I think the Abaddon is just as powerful, but the LC has one of those things where even tied up with a Lina, that's a strong lane.
It's really strong. Just by this opener alone, we can really see a very aggressive. Remember before the series started, I already told you that we're going to be seeing a lot of Linas and Miranas. And here we have actually the Lina and Mirana both in the opposite teams.
Yeah.
These two, in my opinion, are one of the strongest and hardest force to lanes against in your laning stage, any laning stage. And that's because of how strong Basilius is. Basilius adds 8 damage, and not to mention their right-click damage itself is already so painful. They have one of the furthest range, longest range basic attack heroes in the game.
So what is it about, like, the itemization of Lina? What do you go?
Well, most of the time, I think a lot of all these support players on Lina, what they usually value on is that value point in Aether Lens. And that's because it always stacks in with that 100 cast range talent is just really good.
Right.
And following on to that, most of the time it's always use Scepter. Sometimes I do see rare occasions of Rod of Aethos because of how far the cast range really is. And at the same time, I think to top it off, I think most of them, I do see it, but then again, it's really off by Silver Edge. I think that's very situational, but I think a must-have is always that Aghanim. Aghanim is really a game changer.
Okay. I mean, the itemization is all there, but the thing is that you're probably looking at a 5 that's more save-oriented, right? Like the Force Staff, the Glimmer, that type. So who kind of rounds that out? Obviously, Coddle's been banned here. Shadow Demon's been picked actually by Pacific Pink. So who do you like to kind of help them as you see what the Shadow Demon Murano combination, which is very strong, right? If you're able to land your arrows through that disruption, obviously. But what counters all of this?
Honestly, at this point of time, I think they were looking for something with more save. In that sense, let me think. This is a really tough question. This is a tough one. in my point of view, I wouldn't mind drafting Ogre, to be honest.
Okay.
Lich is okay. Lich is good.
okay. All right.
It offers good armor, but remember the thing is there's still that arrow combo. Like sure, the press attack is good for it.
Yeah.
But I don't know what Lich can offer to the lane.
Yeah. So I'm not a huge fan of that Lich pick. Maybe it's more of a comfort thing than anything else. But I think that this Shadow Demon is actually perfect. Obviously, anybody you get dueled in, you know, if you get stunned up, you can make that save. And plus, it combos so well with the Gyro and the Mirana.
That is correct.
Very, very powerful, right? And now you've got the Kunkka, probably more of a mid.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a mid Kunkka here. Yep. It could be an off lane. It could be an off lane. I have seen a lot of Kunkka off lane. And the build is very similar. It's always the same building, that tanky. You want to be that beef sponge that sits in front and just soak up spells. Because of the bolt buff, it just makes your hero so incredibly tanky.
Yeah.
Yeah, just can keep adding on to the pressure of that.
Yeah.
But for Bren Esports, what kind of calls would they go with the Lich? I think we've seen Lifesteal. Lifesteal has already been banned. Yeah. Void banned. These are very typical normal carries. Gyro's been picked up. Honestly, I see an opening in Juggernaut. Like, I see a Juggernaut as a very, very popular pick in the FSL season so far.
I mean, it has real no. I mean, it's got the magic immunity when you need it. Obviously, it does a lot of damage. It's a great carry. Juggernaut is never bad. I think they've done the research, and I think in every single TI, it has been above average. You know, in terms of play, in terms of net worth, everything. In terms of a hero, so it's been very good. So it's a well-designed hero. It plays almost anywhere, and it combos kind of well with. It does very well with Lich and lane. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's one of those classic combos. And the most important thing that early on I was emphasizing on is the execution phase.
Yes.
It's really easy to execute. Just cast your armor, spin, and win. That's the same thing.
And win. But that's kind of more of axe than. No. Okay. All right.
I say it's. Oh, Zeus.
Okay.
Okay, so now this is going to put Bren Esports in a very interesting position. Would they rather run the Zeus mid or would they run the Lina mid? I think it's going to be Zeus mid against Kunkka, right?
I think so too. I think you're keeping your options open. I think they both work pretty okay. Like, I again, Zeus Kunkka's probably a better matchup. But
10 seconds remaining.
They don't really have the stuns. I mean, you have the duel and you have the Lina, but you don't really have anybody that can kind of catch. Now, Pacific Pink can look into that, and it's kind of more of a counter pick. Like, I'm thinking like a Quapsalt, like a Puck, something very elusive, right?
Yes.
It'd be very difficult to lock down, right?
I agree with that for the Puckner pick. I think it would be really good. And I like this ban from Pacific Pink. They actually just called it out, just banned off that Juggernaut over there.
But for the record, people at home, they cannot hear us. We are on a 6-minute delay. So any sort of insight that Jichuan can give, obviously, they wouldn't.
Yeah, they won't be able to hear us at all. So yeah, it's a little bit of a delay. They won't be able to hear us
unless they have somebody standing.
Yeah, man. You never know. You never know. So what kind of other openings are there? I think for Pacific Pink right now they're just looking for an off laner, and at the same time for Bren, what's a good safe lane here? I mean, they played the CK. CK is still in the pool, but whether you want to run a CK into Kunkka and Gyro is really quite the gamble.
I don't think that, because CK is kind of like he blows you up. You know what I mean? He's got that burst and everything, and Kunkka wants to kind of prolong the fight, get a little bit more sustain, and let his boat run kind of kick in, right? So he's looking for like a longer fight. But that said, I don't think that Bren Esports right now, CK, I don't like the pick. I don't see him doing very well.
Yeah, you're right. I don't really see a CK here. But at the same time, what other safe lanes are there? I think Slug is still in the pool. Yep. I think Slug will do well here. Slug's pretty good.
Agreed. He's got the pounds. He's got all of that. So kind of, it messes with almost anyone. But now we kind of glossed over this Gyro pick. Now, obviously, it's popular, does a lot of magic damage and all that stuff. But is there anything that, like, why would you first phase first pick that?
Because I think, personally speaking, I think Gyro is just one of those staple calls. And like, there's not exactly a direct counter to it, so it's very safe to go for it. And yep, I guess for Bren Esports, they're just gonna give Gil her comfort hero and just go with that CK pick. Yep. Like sure, it's gonna be difficult to fight and burst on heroes such as your Kunkka. If heroes like Gyro come to deal with to clear the illusions. But like I said, it's all gonna come. It's the final game of today. The winner of this will go to the upper bracket. So a lot of stress here. I mean, no stress. They'll try to keep things cool, keep execution clean. Just go for the comfort picks, and you'll see how Bren Esports will actually take this.
Right, and so it's funny, because Bren Esports, Merity, she was just talking about just in the lobby, she was just like, yeah, I'm very tired. Maybe they're looking at CK as that pick, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
the early mid-game. You're looking to close things out. You do not want to go late game with the CK, in my opinion. And it does have a little bit of that control. Obviously, it's got the stun, it's got the reality rift to kind of pull you in. So kind of keeping everybody in tight, but they're pretty much putting themselves on a timer, right? They don't want to go late game. They want to end this.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing as the first game that they did against Asterix. They need to catch on to that snowball with that CK pick. And here it is again. And I know Bren Esports, they really like this CK pick. Like, even though they were playing into Invoker and into Winter Wyvern, they still went for the CK pick. They still wanted that CK. So it really goes to show that they have a lot of confidence in this hero. So it really, like I said, it really all comes down to the execution phase. And yes, you are absolutely right about the timer, because when CK passes that 35-minute mark, it's going to be so hard for him to contest against heroes like Gyro, Tai, Kunkka. It's just going to be really hard.
I mean, Pacific Pink have a ton of sustain in all of that. The CK right now, Jill, like, I hope that she has a good game. I haven't seen it yet. You know what I mean? Fingers crossed that she has it. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, that's just kind of pushing through, and she's going to have that tower, you know, that potential. And, again, let's just end it as soon as possible. So with that said, who do you like going in?
All right, for me, just from the draft alone, I'm so sorry, but I have to go for Bren right now because of the LC pick. I have to respect Merity for this LC pick, so it's 100% win rate. Bren is going to win this. Okay, with that said, team introduction. We have Ligaya playing the Lina, walking down the safe lane with Gil on a famous Chaos Knight. Jaina will be going for the Zeus, will actually be playing mid. And then at the same time, we have Beretta playing the position 5 Lich. And last but not least, we have the legendary Merity playing her famous LC, or the LC in off-lane.
If we're looking at the Dire side now, we're going to have Sherry on the Gyro, Naomi on the Shadow Demon, NM on the Tidehunter, X-Hate on the Kunkka, she's going to be mid, and then of course KJ on the Morana, which is of course where you want to be as the position 4. Oh, they're going to just cross. Oh, the stun is off the mark. They do get the other stun, but look at how much damage that did. Oh, the disruption. And KJ taking a ton of damage just to start this off. And NM here just getting out of position. They've got, what, 4 heroes?
4 heroes.
This is going to be first blood? Yes, it is.
Wait, was it just me or did I just see 2? Did you just... Oh yeah, okay, never mind. I saw the arrow like flew past 2 illusions. I was like wondering why the arrow didn't hit the illusion. I was like, wait, those aren't CK's illusion, those are Shadow Demons. Hold up.
Yeah. So that could be a problem, right? And it looks like they got first blood. They're going to secure at least probably three runes.
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
going to be 3 runes.
And Morana, KJ doing the Walk of Shame.
Walk of Shame.
As she's going to regen it back into the fountain.
So yeah, it's a good start. 75% win rate already to Bren. Securing those bounty runes, should be able to have a slightly easier advantage into the laning stage.
So who do you think, like, okay, they're not going to actually do a tri-lane, are they? Because Lina's kind of walking back and forth. Ligaya?
I think Ligaya is just walking around. She wants to see how the lanes will actually really fan out. But I think best case scenario, Ligaya should go to the off lane. I mean, like, it's just really good.
And as you say that, she does teleport to the off lane. Now, Gyro Shadow Demon versus LC Lina. We've talked about the power of the LC Lina, but does Shadow Demon Gyro have a chance?
Yep, honestly, I think Shadow Demon, even though you can't expect yourself to get so many kills, you just have to survive the laning stage. Because when it comes to scaling, Gyrocopter is one of those really scary safe laners that can just disappear into the jungle and come out 6 slaughtered. So you really have to watch out for those kind of things.
Right. That's it. Speaking of watching out, Zeus is taking a ton of damage mid already. And X8, just those, you know, the Tidebringers just kind of always hitting on point. Jaina getting, you know, kind of, I mean, she doesn't have a lot of regen. She has one shared tango that's going to have a bit of a cooldown.
Yeah, but she does have a bottle queued up already.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a pretty tough game for Zeus. Usually, in my opinion, I always think that Zeus is at a slight disadvantage always compared to the Kunkka because of how tanky he is and how much burst damage Kunkka is able to dish out on the laning stage.
Right. Now, Gil had originally leveled up the Chaos Bolt first. She didn't have the lifesteal, the Chaos Strike one, because obviously she was going for first blood. I mean, that paid off in dividends, but she's got it now. Anything that you need to kind of worry about in terms of Jill, and obviously as a Tidebringer, you don't like to see the regen that she has.
Yeah, I think for Jill, at this point of time, like I said, when it comes to all the kind of laning stage, especially the early factors for a safe laner, your goal isn't meant to keep killing, but it's actually to survive the laning stage.
Jill gets arrowed, but she's got a little bit of sustain, so she's going to tango up and
she's
just kind of heal herself.
You're talking about Chaos Knight,
Probably one of the strongest laners, I would say.
It's meant to survive in the lane, sit in the lane comfortably. Because of the lifesteal, because of your strength, your base health itself is really pretty strong. And with high movement speed, CK is a pretty strong hero to take down. But at this time, you're talking about Tidehunter and Mirana. With that gush, it reduces the armor, and not to mention with KJ's strong right-click damage, it is going to be quite difficult.
So what do you think about the Tidebringer going Gush and Anchor Smash as opposed to Kraken Shell, just to kind of start things off?
Gush and Crack. Yeah, I think because at this point of time, NM isn't really soaking up that much of damage. Like, if you take a look at it, like, even without the Kraken Shield.
Oh, with the Chaos Strike here. Oh, the arrow is off the mark. They're going to look to go. The Frost Armor is going to slow down the Tide. He's got nowhere to go. NM is looking to go down, and that's a second kill for them. Jill, actually, this is the power of the Chaos
Look
Knight,
at that
right?
crit.
He's got
2.2 seconds
strike.
stun.
Oh,
Boom.
oh, okay.
No follow-up.
No follow-up, no mana, though, and through that all, Barita is going to look to just pull the creeps.
But if you take a look at the Tide Hunter,
stack it.
the reason why he doesn't really up the Kraken Shell, because in this sense, with the 200 gold spent onto the Stout Shield, you're able to expand more of your levels onto your other skills as well. So it makes you have high kill potential. But Nina
gets the stun up. Has he gone too far? This is no vision. Oh,
2 hits, 3 hits, 4 hits.
If we're looking at, obviously there's action all over the
place.
The stun. He gets the tip of the stun, and that should just be enough for Ligaya to get that kill.
Perfect stun right there.
Nice stun there. But on the back end of this, KJ did get Zeus from a nice arrow, just obviously with the Kunkka. Zeus is very, very low. So she was kind of playing with fire, so to speak.
Actually, I like this. I mean, like, I like giving X hit. Now, you know, if X hit wins the lane, she's able to. It's the same thing. That's why I said about Asterix versus Pacific Pink. It really goes on to that mid lane. Like, because the two of them are really the ones that sets the tempo of the game. And if X hit, if she has that momentum that she requires and she's so used to, I think she's definitely able to carry the team from there on. I won't exactly say that she's the main carry, but she's able to lead the team from that on, from that stage onwards.
Okay. But now look at this. Merity, you were complimenting her before. She has 25 and 7, almost like double the last hits of Sherry. This is a little worrying, right?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's going to be really tough to lane against this Legion Commander, but
but the rocket, the first one gets shot off on Ligaya, but Sherry here taking a lot of damage from the LC as well. The stun is going to miss. The heal, the arrow on the other end of this. KJ coming in at the perfect time. Oh, that was like a superhero in the sense of like the perfect time of just being there to secure that, right?
Yeah, that was a really good timing for Mirana to be in there.
But you do have Verity just going back in, just trying to heal up. She does have a stick. Ligaya is back from the dead. But
actually, very interestingly enough, I realized that Legion Commander is actually maxing 2 points in the press the attack instead of overwhelming odds. I think it's okay in the sense that it really defends up the lineup a bit.
Disruption on Naomi. The arrow is just off the mark, a little bit mistimed, but they do get her in the end. Merity gets that kill. KJ is on the end of this.
Yes. Oh, look at the live view, that health.
Gonna try to heal. Leaps away. She should be okay. Ligaya is a little low. The stun does connect, and that's going to go up on Sherry. She's going to get completely zoned out. The creeps are going to push away Ligaya, but there is action all over the place. This is 4 and 2. I mean, it's only 5 minutes in, but we're seeing some nice rotations by KJ.
I think Jared's just going to force back into the shrine. But here's the thing. Actually, something very interesting about Legion Commander's build, which I might need your help to break down, is that the maxing of press the attack. Because in my opinion, I thought that maxing more points and overwhelming odds against Shadow Demon might be much better. Because of the illusions, you're able to stack up more damage.
Yes. So I agree with you. It's weird because this what you call it, the press the attack piece is kind of like it's great against melee. I don't think it has that huge effect that you want against a Gyro Shadow Demon, who are both very ranged and they're not going to do it. So again, I agree with you. I think the overwhelming odds is the way to go. So I think this is a miskill.
Okay, I mean, if I'm trying to think in the most logical sense, the reason why is because she's not going for the kill lane. She's not playing the kill lane. She just wants to sit in the lane, contest farm. Like, check it out. That's all she's doing. She's contesting farm.
Healing it up.
She's 34 to 10 compared to Gyro, who's 24 to 3. So all she has to do is just sit in the wave, and just keep taking those last hits.
Okay. I mean, as long as she's getting some jungle creeps to kind of just get herself up, the rocket will hit on Merity. She heals, but she heals a little.
Look at that shield.
Okay. Oh, now the disruption comes in. They're going to get as many stacks as possible on this. Now, the illusions and the creeps are actually eating up all of that.
She's so tanky. 3 points in press the attack. That's insane. She's literally unkillable. All of that damage with 3 stacks of poison damage as well. It's just not enough to bring down this Legion Commander.
Yeah, so I think it comes back to the fact that, the cooldown, right? If we're looking at 16, 15, 14, I mean, it seems only like 2 seconds, but that's a lot when you're going up against all of these DOTs and the damage that you have. So it does make sense.
But I really like this how bottom lane is actually playing for how Gil is actually just sitting in lane, actually sitting advantage in front of the Tide Hunter. Tide was forced to sit behind and just kept pulling creeps. But look at this. Chaos Knight, she's going to start getting big soon.
Right.
Once she has that armlet, I think that's when the kill potential starts coming in.
I mean, level 6 already at 7 minutes. She's having a way better game than she did against Asterix, but she does have armlet queued up first. How do you feel about that?
I think it's fine. I mean, with the additional points in armor, with damage, with more health, that's all you need to do. Just beef up the CK. I mean, armlet, what does armlet offer you? More health, more armor, more damage,
And strength.
I think it's really just the perfect item for CK.
Okay.
I don't like the idea of Echo Saber on CK.
I think she reality rifted the creep.
Yeah,
but, you know,
secure the range creep, man.
Yeah, secure the range creep.
It's intentional. It's intentional. It's really, really, really. It just casts your spells for the range creep because range creeps are so valuable.
Yeah.
Like 7-8 minutes, like one range creep is around 49 gold.
Okay, okay. I mean, it's there, and now we're looking at LC just doing a lot of tower damage here. I mean, you only have creeps, but this is a tri-lane top. Are they going to contest this? Oh, it looks like that, because KJ and Kunkka, X-Hater on their way through. Thunder God's Wrath does reveal that rotation.
Nice. There's a good Wrath. They just scout out that wrap around. Got to be really, really careful here.
KJ, the Legaia is going to TP away, and they're looking to go on Tide, who's level 6. I don't know if you blow Ravage, but there's a lot of guys on you, and the Chaos Strike will lock you into place, and here comes the Lina, and that will secure that kill.
That 2.8 second stun. What is that RNG?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's lucky, but it balances with the whole damage thing, right?
Check out top lane, Merity got the duel.
First duel of the day.
There we go, easy clap.
Easy peasy. Right, easiest kill of her life, right?
This is very good for Bren. Like I said, this is what they need. They just keep up with this tempo, and the thing is, they cannot be phased. That's what happened against Asterix. They got phased. When they lost one team fight, they collapsed. They lost their momentum, they collapsed. Against Frosty Fires, it's something similar has happened, exactly the same thing.
Right.
Jaina was able to get her all of her killing sprees with that outward devour.
Yep.
And the thing was, okay, against Frosty Fire, they weren't able to stop that push, but here you're against Pacific Pink. Pacific Pink is known to be a very aggressive team. It's able to catch them off guard at any time, so Bren really has to be extremely careful, especially when it comes to these pushes.
Right. And Pacific Pink here just smoking up. X-Hate just on the move. She's been on a tear even with the last hit, 73 at 9 minutes and 30 seconds, and she's been making her presence known. She's been rotating, but I don't think they see anything as they literally have all 5 heroes bottom.
The arrow doesn't on Lina though.
Yeah. Oh, they do see the Lina. Yep. Oh, Legaia's got nowhere to go. She's going to get killed there, and then it's going to look to turn into a T1 bottom. While on the other hand, Merity, who's been on a tear, is going to look to at least take the top lane. Gives it to Gil. So that's, T1 for T1. Nice trade there.
Yeah, I like the rotation from CK. I think she kind of sensed it that there was something going on bottom lane. She just decided to go somewhere safe for the farm. And that's a very important aspect about carry players, is understanding where you can get the farm and understand your priorities. Is it time for you to farm, or is it time for you to join the team fights and get those kills?
I agree. I mean, that actually is the main difference between a good carry and a bad carry. No, seriously, because anyone can be left alone in the jungle and just farm. But knowing when to fight and to get in,
that's the true skill.
That's the true skill, yeah. The Torrent is off the mark. The Glyph is being used by the Radiant. Gil is happily farming in the top lane, which is, I think, great, but they do have all 5 of Pacific Pink's heroes in the bottom lane. They're looking to push this. They do have a cart. What do? Do you fight this?
I think at this point in time, they have the cart, they have the Ravage. This is definitely a tier 2 push for them. Like, they can hold a push on. I don't think they're defending this.
I mean, they do have the smoke. They want this. They're going to fight. Zeus is mid lane, though, but does have Thunder God's Wrath, so she can contribute to the fight. She's coming on in. The Thunder God's Wrath does a lot of damage. The tide getting
coming
very,
as well.
very low. LC is here, but the Rocket Barrage and the X up on the LC Merity. She's come in, but the boat will kill her. Merity goes down, and the Ravage. And the CK, she's trying to armlet attack. Oh, she doesn't even have armlet. My bad. She goes down as well. That's 3 down for just the Tide. The arrow hits Legaia as well, and they're going to continue, and they're going to get Zeus on the end of this. Jaina's got nowhere to go, but X8, goes down. The amount of damage from Jaina, the disruption. And Jaina will walk away. What a return kill. Gets the Shadow Demon on that piece. So, what was that, a 3 for 3? Oh, 4 for 3. Okay.
That's a 4 for 3, but I think the gold exchange was around like 300 gold.
Yeah.
So like I said, even though they didn't really lose the tower as well, tower's low on health, same thing can be said for the top tower. Jill's pushing top lane. Yeah. I think what could have been better slightly for one side of Bren was the decision making. As you can see, you see there was a huge moment of hesitation there.
Yes.
Do I go in? Do I not go in? That was the part that kind of made things flawed out.
Right. I mean, this is the hard part about LC, right? You have phase boots. I'm literally walking up to you, and I want to duel you, right? You know it's coming. So you can be X back. The boat was massive. You know, I mean, there's just so many ways to deal with her when she doesn't have Blink, which she does have queued up, and she's almost there. But I'm wondering if that fight was too early. Like, you give up the T2, you know, you secure, let Jill continue to push top, and you trade T2,
exactly.
right?
It could
and
be
not go for that.
Yeah, you know that if they had Ravage, and that was a very risky fight.
Exactly.
But that's, like I said, this also got to do with the carry player. Do you think you can fight? Can you fight? And if she says we can fight, just commit for it.
Okay.
But what I felt in that fight was there was a hesitation. Like, even though CK said that she could fight, you can see that there was a slight lag or like a slight delay among the team communication for the supports and the carry players.
I mean, it comes back to the whole, the X back in, gets the Lich, got nowhere to go. Burritta's going to fall down on that one. And it looks like they're going to look to take the T1 mid. Now, I think that you talked about it earlier about the peaks, and Pacific Pink is very, very good in terms of hitting those peaks and moving on.
Exactly.
Now, I think Bren kind of messed up because they had Armlet queued up. They had, you know, LC is so close to the Blink. You have potential peaks that you can go on, but you're fighting before those peaks happen.
Exactly.
Right?
This is what I wanted to bring up as well.
Yeah.
It's like Bren, they had their items, but then, I don't know, they just weren't able to queue it up in time for that team fight.
Yeah.
Something that, but for Pacific Pink, when they had their ults available, they just went straight for the fight. But looking for Kunkka.
They're looking to turn this. They do get the duel off, but she's kind of by herself. The stun will keep it up. The MLS is going on. But, oh my gosh, the Chain Frost has been bouncing around. They do get the Kunkka in the end. The boat is going to hit. The Shadow Demon is going to run away. The Moonlight Shadow doesn't really matter, especially with a sentry there. And they've gotten 2 for nothing. So, just like that, Bren have turned it around again with the peaks that we're talking about. I mean, the Armlet did really well. Zeus was there doing a ton of damage with his Aether. He does have Ags queued up. Obviously, Zeus is probably one of the most annoying heroes ever.
Exactly. And I think also in that fight, they had the high ground, like on Bren. They managed to, they were able to see everyone that was coming in. They were able to know where the Tidehunter was Tidehunter in the fight. And when they saw Tidehunter, they just backed off. Or I think Tidehunter just retreated.
Perfect. And so this is actually, Jill is having a way better game, right? Armlet at a good timing. You got BKB queued up. You're pretty much going to go. This is what CK wants to be doing, is you want to be hitting that mid game, you know, like strong, right? She didn't have that space and to kind of be able to push in like she did in game 1 against Asterix, but she's really turned it up on this one.
I think in game 1 against Asterix, they really played very, very well. The only problem was, I don't know, they just broke their momentum, they lost their momentum, and that's how they start to collapse.
Yeah.
So I just hope that the same thing doesn't really happen from them, because right now they're at really, really good pace.
Right.
X8.
X8 is here, just doing a little bit. Oh, he gets really rifted back, and the Chaos Strike, and the Frost Armor is going to slow down X8. He's got nowhere to go. The arrow's going to miss. The boat is being used. Does have the X. Oh, but he mistimes it, but he gets it with the Torrent. But Jill will just kind of shrug that one off. At the end of the day, no one really died.
X8 is so tanky.
Yeah.
2k HP and 1,940 HP plus bolt buff. You're trying to kill that?
Yeah, that's very difficult to do. So what do? Do you get Vessel? Do you get, like, what are ways to
ignore him? Ignore the Kunkka. Like, look at his items. Like, he's going full tank. She has a Hood of Defiance. She has a Ogre's Cup queued up. She has no damage at all. Just ignore. The only thing she can do is just cast that boat. Cast the boat, cast the Torrent. She's the tank of the team. It's her job to soak up spells. So the best way to say is just really avoid her, get around, get those important kills. You have heroes like Gyro, Shadow Demon, Mirana.
Oh, the duel catches it out on the Gyro, but the save from the Disruptor.
Oh no, they have Ravage.
Disruption, and the arrow is going to miss. The Ravage has now been used. The Gyro goes that gets Laguna, and it looks like they're going to turn this around. They do get the Lich in the end. The Reality Rift is there. CK is doing a lot of damage. He sees it, because it doesn't really matter when you have a sentry. Moonlight Shadow or not, we're going to get it, and now Zeus is going to rack up all of those sentries. So a nice turn of events, so to speak. They got 3 kills for that for 1, for just the Lich. And as a position 5 Lich, I don't really care, right? You don't really care. I care. You don't care.
I thought that fight was excellent. This Chaos Knight is so strong.
Right.
Like, we talked about Kunkka being fat and tanky and all, but look at this Chaos Knight. This Chaos Knight was able to do so much damage in that fight.
But this is the power of, you know, the CK, right? She actually can do the damage. Unlike the Kunkka and the Tide, who are, in my opinion, are very, very tanky. You're looking at control, but they're kind of doing the same thing.
They don't have the damage from the team.
They don't have the damage, right? And that's why I feel like Kunkka is actually itemizing it improperly. Like this Hood, yeah, it'll keep her alive. But the thing is that your team needs damage.
Yeah, you have literally 2 heroes doing the same thing. Take a look at Tide's items. Look at Tide's items.
Yeah, they're the same. This is awkward, right? Like, one guy has other bracers, the other has a Bassi. Like, it's almost the same thing, right?
I don't like the Hood of Defiance on the Kunkka. Like, I get it. You want to get it for the Zeus.
Yes.
But I think 2 bases should be enough. And following from that,
you get the pipe from Tide?
Yes, you get pipe from Tide. And I think, honestly, because my brother himself, he himself is a Kunkka player, what he would say in a scenario like this is probably a Halberd. A Halberd, I think, is really good against heroes like
Agreed.
LC, if he was like
Yeah,
CK.
you lock him down. Yep. Yeah.
It's so good. And not to mention, the most important factor about it is status resistance.
Yeah. This is weird because I actually agree with you. Normally,
This is weird because you agree with me.
yeah. Normally I don't, but this one I actually do. I think Halberd is a great game for this. And to be honest, Tide and Kunkka going the same items, you can't get 2 pipes, right? Like, it's just not very good. Yeah, you have a lot of magic damage to deal with, but you got other ways to deal with that.
Oh, top lane. Oh, the Laguna. Legaia finishes off KJ instantly. Wow.
Yeah, can they get anything else on that? No, okay. So, no dual damage, though. The LC, 10 damage gain from dual damage at 18 minutes. Are you playing well or not?
I think it's fine because right now her role for Legion Commander is to start those fights, catch those heroes that are completely out of position.
Okay.
That's the difficult thing about starting off with a dagger first on Legion Commander. Like I've played a lot of Legion LC as well, and I've seen consulted a lot of LC players as well. And a lot of them say that the reason why a lot of people don't value dagger first items at really high tier is because of how hard it is to break the structure. Because it's how the team moves together, it's just really hard to pick off those stray heroes.
Yes.
So that's why they always tend to build tankier items. Okay. Sometimes blade mail first, pipe up inside, or if you want to build more for the team, drums is also a good alternative.
But it looks like LC is going to go pipe next.
Yes,
Do you agree?
I agree with that item. Like honestly, pipe is just really strong on the tier as well. Like you may argue and say, oh, maybe blade mail would be better because you want to dish out more damage. But remember, it's all about understanding the role of your hero. What is your role here? I'm meant to soak up spells, so I'm the LC. I'm meant to be there. Okay,
so a little bit of movement from Pacific Pink. They do have, I think that this has been spotted out. Oh, the Zeus doing a ton of work. Jaina just like racking it up. Does not have Thundergod's Wrath. LC is moving into position so that she can duel. She's just looking for that jump, looking for the, okay. And so Merity just kind of goes back into the jungle. She's going to get the easy creeps. She's very, very close. Now they're kind of getting into position for that rune, which is going to be 20 minutes and 30 seconds.
It could be a contest. I mean, I don't know why Bren is actually sitting behind. I thought they were sick. Oh, yeah, I thought this was going to be sooner.
Yeah.
They could be contesting for the runes. But then again, they're fighting to call down, Ravage, Bolt. It's going to be a pretty tricky fight. But
don't you think that Jill and team, Bren, need to be a little bit more aggressive? Like, I feel like they're stronger, but they're not taking advantage of it.
Item timings. Look at Jill. She wants a BKB. Not going to be the same mistake as what they made in the previous fight.
True.
Waiting for the dagger, waiting for the armlet.
Okay.
She just wants the BKB.
Okay.
Objectify, and then execute.
Yeah. Okay, so 20 minutes here. Merity, just going to give up the rune? No issues. Okay, they're going to look to take at least...
smoke.
Okay, so Pacific Pink secure 3 runes themselves. They get on the back end of this, they're going to look to smoke. They do have the Kunkka just kind of scouting out. He does have BKB and pipe, basically saying, Zeus, come at me. You know what I mean? What are you going to do?
Just ignore the Kunkka.
Speaking of... okay, smoke didn't pop, though. Thundergod's Wrath doesn't do any damage.
But they see it.
The arrow is off the mark.
Back off.
Through that all, I think that was a complete disengage. Like nobody fought.
Wait, is this Zeus hacking or something? Dude, she's amazing. Jaina and her ults are just so on point at catching off the Pacific Pink out of position every single time. Before they initiate, they scout out the Thundergod's Wrath. Happen at top, happen again.
Yeah. I mean, but they cast it, but they did no damage. But the thing is that now you're looking to smoke yourself. But the thing is that you don't have Thundergod's Wrath. Is this enough? Is this dangerous?
I think it's fine. Like, they broke the smoke, but look, they know where they are. They know that Pacific Pink is out of position at this point in time.
They do see him now. The Lich does not want to be up front. He does get X in. The Nimbus is being used. The duel is now being on. They're trying to secure that, but this disruption will save the Tide. He does have Ravage. If he wants to pop it, he does. He gets it with the boat. The Chain Frost is bouncing all over the place, and Gil is looking to run. The LC down, Lich running, and how much more can they get? Jaina is getting it. Gets torrented up, got nowhere to go. The Laguna's being used as well. They do get the gyro, but they've lost 4. Moonlight Shadow's now being used. The CK had actually BKB'd and TB'd on her way out. They're going to go T2 mid. Do they go high ground with this? Do they have enough?
I think they've expanded all of their outs, and most is probably a tier 2. I don't think they can really commit for this unless... They don't really have any of their outs to actually push uphill, but it really depends on Pacific Pink.
You don't have enough time? Oh, especially with the glyph, no way.
They won't have the time for this. They need to back off after this. Get back off, secure back the vision. But I think what ran wrong in that team fight early on was that duo on Taihan, that initiation on a sponge, like I told you.
Yeah.
You gotta ignore those sponge heroes and and to mention that there's Shadow Demon.
But here's the thing is that, yeah, I love it if they got it on the Shadow Demon, but the thing is that's hard to get. Now, the Torrent, I mean, the boat there, the Murana Arrow, the Tide Ravage, all of these things will mess up your duel, right? So as an LC player, playing into this lineup is very difficult, right?
It's difficult.
You don't like this. So how do they prioritize this? How do they do this better? What do they need to do?
Remember when I told you about the Blink Dagger, catching off those stray heroes? You have to understand, like, even though when there's a Tidehunter sitting right there, you can... I mean, this is also has to do with player instinct. For me, I would definitely, clear cut, would not have gone for that jump.
Yep.
It was so super risky, knowing that Shadow Demon could be behind.
Yep.
Kuka could have buffed him with the boat. It's just a very risky duel, but okay, here we go again.
Thunder God's Wrath. They are smoked up. Jill will actually find the Shadow Demon. This is the one you want.
Yeah.
With a Nimbus, they're going to get him. The LC there, no duel. Kunkka just kind of... trying to get away. The missile is going to hit. The LCs keep... Okay, and the call down is now being used as well. The X as well. And they're going to look to turn this into the Torrent, the boat, and a lot of damage. And they're trying to keep him up, but the LC is going to look to run her off. The Chain Frost on the back end of this is bouncing all over this. And the BKB is now being used by the Kunkka. The LC finally goes down. The X on the Lich. They're going to get more of this. So that's 2 for just the Shadow Demon. That's a pretty nice trade. And on... Okay. Yep. So 2 for 1 there. A little bit of a gold swing, only 400 or 300 or so. But the biggest thing is that now you have space. It looks like they're going to take Roshan through all of this. Is this the right call?
I think this is the call that he really wants. Like, knowing that Ravage is going to be up soon, and if they contest, if Radiant contest for this Roshan at this point in time, they're going to be in for a treat. That's going to be all of their ultimates up. There's no way they can contest this.
Yeah. Nimbus here just getting scouted out. They do know it's there. Now, Tide does have Ravage, so...
In a sense, this Roach is a bait. It's a bait for them. If they commit for this, they're going to be...
But Gil is going to look to... At least they're going to sacrifice the Shadow Demon. Oh, no. The Moonlight... Moonlight will keep him alive, and the illusions are just totally throwing him
They have no idea.
off. They do get Roche. Gyro picks up the Aegis. Jill, are they going to look to fight this? No, you got to disengage, right?
This is going to be a disengagement right here. Oh, it's so unlucky. They had no clue that they were in the Roshan. Bren had no clue.
Yeah, I mean, they scouted it out early, but the thing is that you had a couple heroes down. It was very, it's very difficult to get the Roche in one place and what time, right? Very, very quickly like that. So Pacific Pink with a nice objective-taking move. Just being able to sense the fact that they were all over the place, and then you had a little bit of advantage, and you took advantage of it, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I think at this point in time, I'm almost seeing an exact replica of what's happening from game 1. But I hope that Bren doesn't see the same thing. Okay. I hope that this is part of their plan. Yeah. I hope.
Gyro the Scout, it gets spotted. They're going to stop this Lich at one point. The Frost Armor is now being used. Call down as well. They're going to see this. Oh, the Nimbus is going to just kind of zone them away, but they're going to look to take at least the Nimbus for 100 free gold. That's not that bad of a trade, but the Lich survives. Okay, now, one thing about Tide is that he's super tanky. Vlad's Pipe, Solar Crest next. Do you go Blink?
No. Yeah, I don't think there's a need for Dagger. Remember, it's the same thing. It's really about him just beefing up. Getting tankier and tankier. Okay. Soak up the spells. And just be there, that obstacle that they have to cross over to get to the rest of the team. That's your job as Tidehunter. If they get too close, just press R and you win the game from there.
So Murana, though, is kind of going with the whole Greaves. Got Yules already. Mech up next. Obviously, probably building into Greaves, which is a traditional pub Murana build. You know what I mean? Where they do get this a lot. But the thing is that does it work in this team?
I think it does, in the sense that it really just beefens up the whole team in general. Because Bren, at this stage of the game, it's just so hard for them to kill. I think this is how Pacific Pink counters all these kind of playstyles. Because on the side of Bren, they are so focused on just getting killed and snowballing from them. And how does Pacific Pink deal with this? They just build tank. They just keep going for auras. Auras, resistance, physical resistance, magical resistance, and just make it so hard for them to kill anything.
Right. And now XA, we were talking about the fact that she was super tanky with the BKB in the hood, but she's actually starting to get some damage items. Something you kind of need to respect, right? And there's a lot of squishy heroes, the Lich, the Zeus, and of course the Lina. Like, this is a little worrying as Bren, right?
I think at this point in time, On Kunkka, maybe the Datus was a good point.
Yeah.
For me, I would have gone something like maybe even AC was also viable.
Okay.
For the push, just for the sake of the push, just to beef up the gyro and tie it.
Okay, so the Rocket, they do get the T3 with no fight whatsoever. I would go range creep, a range Rax that is, just to kind of secure a lot of damage. And then if you have to disengage, you can. But it looks like they're going to at least take the range one. The Nimbus is going to slow them down, but it looks like they're going to just walk away.
Yeah, just going to be a quick disengage. They got their tier 3, they got what they needed, back off, hit the shrines, rinse and repeat, reset, and then go again. That's how Pacific Pink is going to play this thing.
Yeah. I mean, they have so much sustain, they can just go back in once their cooldowns are down, or cooldowns are up, and now you're going to take Shrine. Do you rotate here to the other Shrine, or what do you do?
I think right now it's securing vision. They want to secure this vision, take the fight around where they can see.
Okay.
Because right now they're sitting so confidently. They have all of their outs up. They have ages, and not to mention that they are so confident around, basically around their outs. They're so confident in their team. They've won the past 2-3 fights already.
And it looks like Pacific Pink are doing the mannequin challenge as they're standing still. But they're just getting the position.
Merity. The X, here he comes, blink away.
Oh, they do have the X. Merity has no chance on this one. She gets zipped on back. No heal is going to save you, completely caught off guard, and that was the patience that they had of just staying high ground. They saw it with the creeps, and it looks like they're going to continue and get this melee Rex.
But I think one of the struggles that Bren probably made was just those losses in the first and second fight. About jumping those really tanky heroes. I think those are the mistakes that kind of led to this downfall. But the game's not over yet. It's still neck and neck. Pacific Pink does have the edge by 6,000 net worth with the Aegis. But there is still an opening for Bren to come back from this.
And on the back end of this, Lina is actually pushing the bottom lane. She's doing that, just trying to create a little bit of breathing room. They're going to look to take the Rex here, but Lina needs to come back. She does. They're going to look to turn this. LC, 9 more seconds. It's way too early. The Ravage is being used. The Jill gets blown up. Moonlight Shadow, but the Chain Frost is bouncing all over the place. They do need to kind of do a Delta split because Chain Frost is doing so much work with the Thunder God's Wrath. That did way more damage than it should have. Shadow Demon goes down. Gyro goes popped. At least the Aegis. The Tidebringer is still here.
Ooh, that lifesteal. Jill is still alive.
Go in. They get the Rax, but I don't know if that was worth it. You got the BKB. You're going to TP away.
Jill's Chaos Knight is so strong.
Oh, wow. But they did get 3 on that, and they got the top Rax. Is that a good deal?
I mean, they did expand the buyback just from the CK alone. I think this definitely has to be a win for Bren. This is the team fight they've won. This is the first team fight they've won in so long.
Yeah. I mean, they got 4 kills out of that. Jill got, I mean, she used her buyback. But here's the thing, is that Jill, I mean, Pacific Pink have a win condition. They kill Jill, they just win, right? So this is a bit of a problem. Now, we do have a bit of a pause right here, just kind of a lull in the game. I think that there's a little bit of an issue maybe with CJ Pre. I don't know what that means, but we're going to assume that I mean, it's definitely not the internet here. We have, obviously, we're all in Singapore. We're all sitting next together. This is the land, so to speak. So before we go into the game, okay, they're going to resume right now.
The game again?
Okay, so perfect. So, Jill, what do you think?
Okay, so quick recap of what happened in that team fight. What happened was that all of those spells were cast out. You've seen Lich Straw is out. Zeus was busy throwing Thunderbolts. Lina even casted the Laguna on a Mirana. Note that this is a Mirana who's sitting at comfortably at 1,500 HP. How did she manage to survive that? Simply because of the mech, the pipe. It just makes the team so damn tanky. Everybody keeps underestimating the pipe of insight. And look at Merity. I think Merity not going for that pipe was I would say it's a huge mistake, but it was it's an option I would definitely would consider. When you're dealing with magical spells, such as maybe Call Down, with the Bolt, all of these spells, like sure, maybe one by one is not a lot of damage, but still, you need that pipe, that magic resistance is for the bulk of the team.
Agreed. And to be honest, if you've already got the hood, you might as well just get a pipe,
just
right?
go for it. You go for BKB, you're asking for more focus on yourself, but at the same time, your job as a tank is to make sure your team stays alive as well. Sustain.
And you actually want people to hit you. You don't want BKB because then they can't hit you.
I mean, that's arguable. I'll still go for the BKB.
BKB but later. I think pipe and then.
I think the pipe was important. The pipe really is important for the team. Like, you've seen how effective it is on the side of Pacific Pink. But on the side of Bren, I don't know. I think the lack of pipe is definitely will be a game changer.
But this is the thing, and we've seen some issues with like the Frosty Fire drafts in the past. Is that they don't really have somebody that can carry these utility items.
So the Venomance.
Right. Like those kinds of things. Like it's actually really important you do get those things. And I have a hero that can do it. Now, mind you, Bren don't care. They're gonna push high ground. Is this dangerous? Oh, okay, they're looking to disengage here.
Yeah, it's going to be a quick disengage. They know that there's Ravage up. They know that bottom lane is going to be in slight bit of trouble soon. Oh, Tide actually TP's back as well.
Yeah.
cancels it.
Oh, the pump fake.
Could it be a push? They're coming for the push?
They're going for the high ground, but Mirana now has to come in, but they don't have all of the TPs. I think there's a little bit of miscommunication there.
Oh, but it's X.
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 What is she doing? She's going to be X away, but Jill is just going to continue to push.
Jill doesn't TP. How is she going to do this?
She's going to continue to go. Now, okay, this is like, I feel like this is the dating game, right? The first Tide came in. Oh, he's like, I'm not going to do this. I don't want to date her. Mirana's here. It's like, no, I don't want to date her. So now Kunkka comes. This is the third and final contestant, but it looks like they finally cut out Jill, who had no TP, and they're going to look to at least take this. The BKB is now being used. The Phantasm isn't. With the Moonlight Shadow, she's trying to armlet toggle through this. I don't think that's enough. Very difficult, and now the Ravage has been being committed. They do get the call down. They do kill. The LC has to buy back. The Chain Frost is bouncing all over, but the BKB is there. They're going to at least get this slowdown on Jaina. No, not enough damage. But it looks like they're going to look to disengage here. Sherry getting a little low herself, but they lost what? Let's see that fight recap, because 3 people died, 2 buyback for just the Mirana. A very nice fight for Pacific Pink.
They actually managed to take down the Mirana. Yeah. Wow, okay.
Yeah.
I think same thing is, I don't know if it's got to do with being tired, or is it just because it's been a very long day. But for Bren, I think this is really it is really obvious. It goes to show us about decision making.
Right.
They don't know what to do. Like for example, when CK didn't have TP, it's either she backs off and walks back down, or she just full commits and keep going for the push.
Right.
And in that sense, there was that slow rotation, and then you're basically finding 2 ends. There was no focus.
Yes.
It was so difficult to pull off those fights, and you end up losing heroes.
Yeah. I mean, you could see that Pacific Pink was like really confused as to what we need to do. Some people TP, no, canceled. You know what I mean? And then they went in and out. Like they weren't sure who was actually supposed to come back and to deal with Jill, who wasn't going anywhere because she didn't have a TP.
Exactly. I think I actually agree with that as well.
The stun in there. Kunkka taking a lot of damage. The duel is here. The
There's
Laguna as well. The call down.
She gets it.
CK, okay. Kunkka goes down, does have buyback. I don't know if she wants to do that. Gyro getting very, very low. She does have BKB. Oh my god, she's at 35 left. She goes down, and they're looking to turn this around. They got 3 already, and they're going to continue to fight all of this. And it looks to get the Tide. They've gone too deep, and the Tide is just trying to juke them. Oh my god.
Is she going to escape? Is she going to escape? No way.
Breaking ankles. Breaking ankles.
She gets away with the TP.
Wow. She like literally ran around that tree.
What a
breaking
play.
ankles, then out the out, and then the TP on out.
That gave me goosebumps.
Wow.
I'm not gonna lie, that gave me goosebumps.
Well played by NM there. Okay, but they took that entire fight 4v5, and they ended up getting 3 kills out of that. Very well played by Bren.
I don't know what's going on.
Okay, so for the record, these are both 2 Filipino teams. I don't speak Tagalog either. So, okay, we'll figure out what that is. This is a family show. We hope that everything is compliant.
Hopefully.
But, wow, what a nice play there.
Breakdown. This is what I really like about Pacific Pink's team fight as well. They did it so extremely well in the sense that they managed to disengage. Actually, they got caught off with the disengage. That's why Bren was able to snag off those kills one by one and just destroying them.
Yeah. And it's funny because we can hear the players laughing right now. They are literally laughing not only in chat, but on stage as well.
Wait, what is going on? I don't know what's the law.
Yeah, we need to get a translator. We'll figure that out in terms of what is going on. None of us speak Tagalog, but obviously something funny happened. We're not sure.
Not me. I have no idea what's laughing.
Yeah.
I mean, Sherry said previously that she was going to pick techies in this game. I don't see a techies here, so
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. A bunch of liars. But then again, they're going to be thankful that she didn't pick techies, so yeah.
Thank you. Okay, but Merity here, 46 dual damage. Not really a whole lot. Has she done her job as an LC, though?
You've seen the press the attack, how useful it has been against the bolt combo. You've been Shadow Demon, you've been bored and arrowed. What does she do? Just press the attack. Other from that, she's such a good catch. Any of those trade heroes, when they're caught retreating, who's the first person that she catches? It's always from the Blink duo. That's why I think that Merity's been playing this game extremely well, but what could have been better is still, I don't know, I still really favor that pipe. Okay. Like, for example, when CK presence is out, most of the time the Phantasm just gets cancelled off so easily.
Yep.
I think the pipe would definitely help that for a lot more.
Agreed. And CK does have hearts. Okay, so she's going to be a little bit more tanky. Thunder God's Wrath was used. They did scout it out, but they don't really care, and they're going to go for Roche.
Oh, this Roshan has cheese. They can't afford to lose this Merity.
Yeah, Merity needs to jump in soon. The arrow hits Roshan.
They know it's Roshan.
They know it's there. They know what's going on. They do have a little bit of vision. The overwhelming odds will show them and do a little bit of damage, but Roche is actually falling down. He's about 25% life, and here comes Merity with a BKB, and then goes for the duel on the gyro. I don't know if that's the right choice. The Nimbus is being used. The LC just gets blown up. 94 seconds. The Ravage is also being used, and they're going to continue to fight, and the disruption is going to save. But the CK is now here, and they're doing a ton of work. The Torrent is going to be used. Tide is going to buy back. LC does not have buyback. Lich could, but the Aegis has now been popped. If we're looking at Radiant,
CK needs this kill. He needs this kill to get the buyback, but she doesn't. She got disarmed. She can't.
Oh, she got killed on that one, and it looks like she's gotten 3 for that, and all you got was the buyback from the Tide. But if we're looking at, okay, so Sherry actually snatched the Aegis. So I guess you got something out of it, but the thing is that the Radiant did end up getting the kill on the on Roshan.
Exactly, but I think I don't know. CK got so cocky there, especially with that final one. She could disengage, maybe not, but I think there was an opening for her to disengage, but she just keep going for the kill. I think she needed that kill for the buyback just to be safe. But a mistake was from the duo as well. You don't want to be duo or gyrocopter.
Oh, okay, but the X-Torrent combo is going to kill Lagaya. Has got nowhere to go. You are too close, friend. You need to stay back, and that's going to be mid-racks. They're going to make their way bottom. Is there enough time?
This is definitely going to be Megas. If this is the respect, it's going to be Megas. If not, they're just going to keep pushing in.
No, you got to go Megas.
Yeah, I don't have to go Megas.
Yeah, you don't want to go. You can't finish the game right now.
Look at Sherry's items. This girl is amazing. She has Satanic. She has Cheese, BKB. She's just unkillable. And the duel is a huge no for me.
Yeah, and they're looking to do a quick turn of events in terms of this Mega. Oh, the Lich gets arrowed up. The Nimbus is going to just buy a little bit more time, but it's free gold, and the LC is going to just duel in, and the Moonlight is not going to really matter against this Shadow Demon. The BKB will probably not kill the LC. Just the amount of work that the Kunkka and the Gyro do. They just destroy the LC there, and it's going to look to be Megas here. This is looking very, very bad.
It's going to be Mega Creeps. The horns have sound. As Legion Commander, she's going to be sitting down in the silence for a full minute until she's back up. This is not looking good for Bren at all.
Yeah, Mega. I don't even think they have the heroes and to kind of deal with all of the Megas that are going to be coming down. I mean, you have CK, who's just like, I don't know what she was doing with that tree, but she needs to be starting to hit these creeps.
Well, I like this dagger build though. Like, she really needs to catch up with the Legion Commander. I think the problem right now is the initiation from LC.
Right.
She's going way too fast, like without the follow-up from the rest of the team.
Right.
Cut-alongs. What a cut-alongs, man.
It's really weird because they're like talking in all chat. Like they should be playing, right? Like I understand that this is the group stage and it's not really important till tomorrow, but you definitely need to win this game, right? Bren, I don't know if they've given up or whatever, but Jill getting in a bad spot. BKB, Phantasm, and here we go. Still going to turn this around. Doesn't really see. Gets the Rift. Doesn't see Sherry. The call down is being used. Elite's gonna, and the Ravage is gonna lock Jill down. I don't think she can armlet toggle through all of that. The arrow is gonna knock her down. CK goes down. She does have buyback. She's got about 70 seconds. If not, I mean, I think this is game regardless, but you probably want to buy back.
Here we go. Here's the buyback. There's one. CK is still holding on to it. Without that Phantasm, it's gonna be a really tricky fight. There is hold available. Ravage expanded. Pacific Pink have to be careful here.
The duel is on the back, and they do get Mirana. No, but the disruption.
The double refresh.
The save, but the Chain Frost is going through. It does a lot of work, and that's going to be a dead Mirana. CK still not willing to buy back. I don't know what you're doing, CK, but they're looking to turn this. Merity continue, never give up. And she's got the Frost Armor, BKB. Oh, but Lagaya gone in too deep, does have BKB. She's going to glimmer her way out. LC does get X boat comboed. Nope, she blinks her way out. She's fine.
What a blink by
That was a nice play. Sherry kind of really did not see that coming, I guess. But it looks like they're going to go for the T4s.
Check it out. CK hasn't bought back yet.
Yeah, I don't know what CK's doing. Why would you not buy back?
She's holding it. She's just holding it, I guess.
Holding it for next game? What are you holding it for? This is it.
The team is dying.
Yeah, your team is dying. They're fountain diving. They're disrespecting you.
Here we go.
But it doesn't seem like she cares. Okay, she's going to fight.
They have no ults. They have to catch them now. Come on, Merity. Catch one. Just catch anyone.
Merity. Does have blink.
Oh, no.
They're going to get away scot-free. No buyback used by CK.
Okay, Jill. Nothing was lost on the side of Bren. Nothing was lost at this point of time. Not yet.
That was kind of crazy. I definitely would have bought back. I don't know why Jill didn't.
I have no idea. I thought they would definitely take the game from then on, but I guess she's just waiting. I mean, if 40 seconds, why not? My team can hold it, just hold on to it.
But that's super dangerous.
Yeah, that
like
was
you
really
died,
risky.
and then the fact that they
That
got
was
megas,
definitely
like
really risky.
I don't. I mean, and you were continuing to fight outside the base. Like, I don't know. For me, that's very risky play. Like, just get in there, right? You don't have any. You don't have any towers. You have nothing to stand behind anymore. This is your last stand. Make it.
Yeah, I think regardless, I don't know. I think Bren, they could have played that team fight earlier on, the one before they started sieging, a lot better.
Yep.
Based on their positioning, and especially with Meridy's duels, I think some of them are a little bit questionable.
Yeah.
Especially when you're sitting around like 70 to 40 duel damage. There's no way you can solo kill some of these heroes.
Yeah.
She's counting on a lot onto the Zeus, but at the same time, like I said, you have to understand that the rest of the team's also getting jumped on.
Yep.
And that's what happens when you don't go for the pipe. When you don't go for these team fight items, it just makes it so hard for the rest of the team to follow up with you.
Yeah. I mean, on that point, like, who do you can't duel anybody without somebody else supporting them.
Yeah, exactly.
And just,
exactly.
you haven't gotten that pick off. So I feel like this is where Merity has kind of struggled this game. Is that, I mean, 72 duel damage at 42 minutes is on the low end, right? And she should be way higher. And the thing is that she hasn't been able to get those pickoffs.
I think it's just difficult. Honestly, when it comes to this point of time, like I said, it's all about understanding a role. Are you the utility, are you the tank, or are you the damage dealer?
Yeah.
If you are the damage dealer, then I'll 100% agree with you. But here, I feel like you're more of the mix. You're trying to initiate on.
Yeah.
You're trying to get those kills off, solo kills off. What? Oh, here we go. The Lotus is off.
The arrow is going to miss, but they're kind of...
It's 26 seconds more for Jaina's Thundergod's Wrath refresh combo.
All right, so it's almost there. That's going to do a lot of burst. Now, they do have pipe in the event, but now is the time that they're going T4s. This is where you go. The Frost Armor is being used on one. It's going to be a little bit... the X Torrents. Nope, the BKB is going to save Lagoya. She's going to look to get out of that. And on the back of they did get one duel. They did get Mirana. She does not have buyback. But do you disengage on this? You just play it safe, right? You just back up.
Play it safe. Just pick it chill. There's no buyback on Mirana, but you never know. You're fighting against Mega Creeps. This is going to be really, really tough.
Yeah.
I mean, they do get the pick off. It's a pretty good one as well. It's 800 gold swing to them in favor of the Radiant.
Okay.
800 gold, that's quite a lot.
It is a lot. But, I mean, you're behind 11K. You know what I mean? And now you got Megas up. Yeah, the CK can do a lot of damage and kind of push those lanes. But, I mean, you got the Zeus as well with Refresher. But, this is...
It's going to be tricky, but it's not impossible. It's not the end of the game just yet. Look at the kills, man. It's 27 to 27. Sure, you've got Megas, but check it out. You have a really, really strong CK on your side of the team. Jaina, she's doing work. Legion Commander, just progress. And like, remember, even though each step is small, it is still progress. I still see a hope for Bren to actually come back from this.
Oh, wow. Okay. You see it? Is it... Are you saying that only because you called the fact that Bren was going to win and that you like the LC so much? Or is there an actual chance?
I honestly think that's an actual chance.
Do you have DOTA Plus? Can we see the percentage that they give?
Yes.
Yes.
So right now,
it's 99%.
It's actually 100%.
So you're saying that they could come back is the 1%.
Yes, it's happened before. It'll happen again.
I know it's happened. It's happened to me because my team likes to throw. But it should not happen. That's the thing. Pacific Pick is making the right plays. They lost to Mirana. They disengaged. That was nice. No point in rushing it. You're up a huge advantage. You can choke them out. Maybe you can get the next Roshan. It looks like they're going to do this. Okay. But Roshan is still a ways away with 1:20. But they're looking to smoke. Oh, they do Moonlight and the smoke, so they're definitely going to gang out somebody. Oh, the Purge. The call down. And the Ravage is going to lock Gil into place. Got nowhere to go. Does not have buyback. She does not have the money for it. Meridy's running for her life. She's got nothing to do. She gets slowed down. She does get X, but the BKB is going to just try to save her. The X as well. The BKB is long enough to keep her alive.
Lagoya as well. Oh, here we go.
Okay, here we go. This is it.
All right,
here is the final stand, and here comes the CK. Looking to turn this around. They do have the Sheep Hex. Gets it up on Jill. The stun is going to be used as well. They do not have Ravage. Tide is doing as much work. The first Thunder God's Rest is now being used. Kunkka does have Halberd. He's going to burst it now. The Nimbus is on the back end of this. Oh my God, the Laguna, but the Lotus is there as well. The buyback from the LC. The Lich is down, and but the Gyro is solo. The CK finally goes down as well. And the Ancient and Merity just fighting for her life. Oh my God, look how much damage that was. The Greaves will just keep them up. And the amount of sustain that they have is they're just going to dive their fountain. They don't care, but they do get stunned. The Tide will probably go down. And M, nope, so tanky, doesn't really matter.
CK just left the game. She just tilted and left.
Yeah.
Jill, unfortunate. What a game though.
Right. So, it kind of comes back to what we were talking about with the CK thing, right? You want to go late game. You cannot go late with game with this hero. right?
I think it's just really tricky. Honestly, I think the biggest change for the team for Bren, it could be a draft issue. Like one issue, like look, they played their early game so well. Like this is by far one of the closest games, and I really thought that Bren was going to win this game because of how well they played their early game. It's the same thing against Frosty Fires. They started off so well, but I personally think that it's nothing to do with playstyle at this point of time already. It's got to, it could be got to do with the draft.
It's got to be the draft
already.
I agree
like
with
the first time, I understand they played the CK, they played a lot of kill potentials, but they lack one of the strongest and the most important aspect, which is push. Like you got Lina, you got LC, but you lack push. Maybe honestly, in my opinion, if I look at what kind of heroes you can work here, maybe mid can be changed to Pug now. Maybe the support for instead of having Lich, you can even draft the Shadow Shaman. These are heroes that can be good for the push.
I agree with you, but if we're looking at the tail of the tape in the sense of the net worth alone, right? Legaia is the 4, but she's actually close to your number 1. Look at how low LC is, Merity. She had an amazing laning phase, right? She was doing very well. They were pushing T2s very fast, but they felt like they disengaged and they were kind of scatterbrained, so to speak, and they weren't being able to get the right pickoffs. Now, if that is going to happen and they're going to create a lot of space, then CK needs to take advantage of that space, right? Instead, CK is the type where I want to fight. And she's fighting too much and not actually getting the farm, and that is showing in this net worth.
Yeah, I actually 100% agree with you in that factor. Like Jill, I don't know, she had her item timings. She had a decent item timings, but honestly, I think Merity, she could have played this game slightly better. For the off lane itself, like maybe even going for the dagger. Okay, for the dagger, I'll give it to you. Like, sure, you want to get those catches off, it's good. But honestly, you have to understand the draft. You're talking about enemy. Look at you, you're talking about Shadow Demon, Tide Hunter, Kunkka. These are heroes that completely counter your duo. So in this sense, you should really focus more on bulking the team, which is where it comes in from. Maybe even getting a pipe first, like, then following up with a dagger, then maybe even a solar crest afterwards.
Right. Yeah, no, I agree with 100% with what you said. I think that the amount of sustain the Pacific Pink had, the fact that they had counters to everything, anytime they would duel, it was just so difficult for her to get any sort of damage off. If we're looking at that now, look at how much damage she did. 11,000 damage. That was actually the 4th worst on her team. Like, I mean, 4 out of 5, right? But she did very poor in that sense, and she wasn't able to get those pickoffs because Pacific Pink was just 5-manning from the beginning to the end, right? So let us go to the brackets so that we know exactly where people are. The Asterix right now is 3-0. Pacific Pink is 2-1. They're going to go first tomorrow, the winners upper bracket. They're going to play 1 best of 1, and then we're going to see who continues on that. And they get to see who gets to play from Bren-Elite versus Frosty Fire. They're best of 1. The loser of that game is actually out of this tournament.
So basically, Bren and Frosty will be moving down to the lower bracket for the best of 1. The loser of this one will be eliminated from this tournament. And at the same time, Asterix and Pacific Pink, they will be the first game of tomorrow, is it?
I believe it's Asterix Pacific Pink. The reason being is it's a huge advantage that you play and then you know exactly who's playing next, right?
So
like you can scout them out, right? Yeah. It makes sense to do it. I'll be here tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Bounty Arena. We're in Singapore. Come on by. It's free. There are a ton of people out here. They're not sitting in there because they're afraid to be on stream, but they're all on that side. I'm pointing at them. There's literally a ton of people. I hope you do come on down. We do have a ton of people. Thanks for tuning in. Is there anything that you would like to say? Final words?
Yeah, actually, if you guys want to drop by, it's completely free of charge. It's at the LAN Cafe. It's at 1 North. The closest MRT is 1 North. It's not too far. You can just catch some nice DOTA action. Tomorrow's going to be the grand finals. It's going to be a really exciting day. Do catch me and Holler. We will be here all day, and Ashley will be here as well, joining us. I'm Jejuan. You can find me on Instagram at Jejuan. You can find me on Twitch as well if you have any questions, you want any guides on offlaning. And you can always find Holler at
Holler TV. So find me on Facebook, Instagram, and all that. Are you going to be streaming tonight? No? Are you too tired?
Tonight's going to be solo grinding. I've got to play my solo.
Okay, all right. You got to do what you're going to do. Now, I don't know if we have any interviews or anything. Okay, we do have an interview coming up. That will be shortly, so we'll get into that one next. Now, what do you think about, like, what did we learn from beginning to end today?
Okay, so personally, I don't know about you, but for me personally, I actually start to group these teams into profiles, different profiles. Like, I can definitely see that Pacific Pink, they're one of those teams that really focus on those team fights. You see how fast they always group out as 5. They're one of those teams that executes their team fights extremely well. Bren Esports is all about that early game snowball. We've seen it before. It's always the early game. It's so good, but it always falls off because of 1 or 2 small mistakes. For Frosty Fires, for me, I think they're just really special. Like, I cannot read. They're one of those teams that I really cannot read. Like, I've done analyzing for quite a while already, and they're one of those rare few teams that I really just can't read. And as for Asterix, they're versatile. They're good in their push. They're good in their team fights. And there's a reason why they're right here, 3-0.
Right. And to be honest, I feel like Bren Esports, especially with the 5 play, and not the basher play, but I think it's more of a hero thing, right? Like the 5s tend to be tankier. They tend to be the Undying type, the Abaddon, that level, right? And the Lich, I really don't see the impact that she's had.
Okay, for me, I think... Okay, that is arguable. That is arguable. Right. I like the idea of the Frost Shield. I honestly like the idea of the combo between Lich and Chaos Knight. Not to mention the burst damage of Magical, you're able to secure more kills. But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like overall the draft, one aspect they really lack is to the push. Like sure, you can say Ligaya, Lina is a good hero that can really shove towers. Maybe CK is good, but it's just not enough. I think maybe even a Shadow Shaman would have been a lot better.
Shadow Shaman, okay.
I know, Shadow Shaman you were talking about tanky heroes. Yeah. Shadow Shaman may not be good, and that's why it all comes down to merit.
You're right. I mean, somebody needed push, be it with the Zeus, maybe with like a DK or somebody a little bit different to kind of just work that through. But we're seeing the players here just shaking hands. Obviously, they're having a great time. They are friends at the end of the day. There's no ill feelings. Mind you, this is just the group stage. We're going to be going into the actual playoff bracket tomorrow. That's going to come in 11 a.m. We're going to be here at Bounty Arena. We're going to have an interview, though. It is going to be from Sherry from Pacific Pink. That will be coming up very, very shortly. They're getting into play right now, and I think that they're ready now. So, Shufei, if you don't mind, just take it away.
Okay, what a game, what a game. Congratulations to Pacific Pink for clinching the last win of the day. Now I'm here with Sherry here from Pacific Pink. How are you guys feeling?
We're feeling good.
Okay, so did you guys expect the results from today? And are you guys satisfied with your performance?
With this game only?
Like throughout the whole...
We're not satisfied with the Asterisk game because
because that's the only game you guys lost, right?
We will come back stronger tomorrow.
Yes, okay. So if you guys don't know, they will be going up to the upper brackets against Asterisk tomorrow. So good luck to you guys.
Thank you.
Okay, so do you have any words to your supporters out there?
Can I say it in Tagalog? So, salamat nga pala sa mga nanonood dyan. Laking shoutout sa mga magulang ko, o pamilya ko. Tsaka sa mga supporta sa Pacific Pink. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Sherry.
Thank you.
Okay, so let me put this down for a bit. Okay, so after a long day, we finally have our seeding results. So Asterisk has had a perfect performance today, going undefeated throughout the group stages so far. Now coming in second in the seeding list is Pacific Pink, followed by Bren Esports.Elite and Frosty Fire. Now Asterisk and Pacific Pink will be competing in the upper brackets, while Bren Esports.Elite and Frosty Fire will be fighting their way through the lower brackets tomorrow. Well, this is it for FSL Elite Day 1. I hope you guys enjoy the games. Now, before I go, a huge thank you to our sponsors, our venue sponsor, Bounty Arena, our PC sponsor, Dreamcore, and our monitor sponsor, Super Solid. And also, we'd like to thank Yahoo, Aftershock, and Elgato. Now, do remember to follow our Facebook page at Female Esports League Dota 2 and Instagram at FSL.gg. For more updates and also stories. Now that's it for me. See you guys tomorrow at 11 a.m. for the playoffs.